All right, here I am at the La Villa Riviera apartment complex, and we are starting our fourth workshop in the Perma Uni-versity workshop series, the live build of the M.M.E.A, also known as the M.M.E.A, a manufactured micro ecosystem analog. Plug in the shirt. If you want your I love Perma Uni-versity class of 2017 shirt, please feel free to go to permauniversity.org and make a contribution and get your t-shirt. As always, today's workshop is sponsored by Pizzerita, and at the end of the workshop we will be having Pizzerita pizza delivered, and that's what we'll feed. Without further ado, I'm going to cut away and go to the build site around back behind the office where I'm standing.
Just back here.
Came in the right place. We're just about to start.
So let's do it.
We're building out of garbage
Something
to grow food. All right, so what is an M.M.E.A? M.M.E.A is a manufactured micro ecosystem analog. Basically, if you take a cutaway of a stream bank, that's what it is. You got a water reservoir that feeds water into a biomass that plants grow stuff out of. So that's what we're building. That's what we're working on. You know what an ecosystem is, right? Okay. We live in an ecosystem. Okay. This tree is part of this local ecosystem. That's the whole interface is called an ecosystem. It's plants and biology and water and how they interact with one another. And so traditionally, out in the wild, you have ecosystems like this, plants growing underwater, okay, and then they'll show plants growing up into the air where the roots are underwater, and then they'll show plants and trees and bushes growing up here on the embankment that's outside of the water, right?
Your bush looks funny.
Yeah, well, it's a funny fish.
in the bush.
Well, oh, the bush? Yeah. Oh, it'd look better if I had a green marker. So, what they don't show you is this water right here. It keeps going all the way over underground. And more importantly, like when you look at the edge of a water glass and you see the edge of the water comes up like this on the edge of the glass from the bottom and makes a little dip, it's called viscosity. And when the water comes into the ground, its viscosity pulls it up, just like it does on the edge of the glass. And the other thing that happens is tree roots, all the roots that come down into the ground, all these little roots that come down into the ground, they pull the water up. And that's how the water gets taken out of the stream and pulled up the side of the hill through what's called capillary action, which is a big, cool electromagnetic process between the roots and the water, the earth spinning, and it makes the water go up the side of the roots.
I thought it's in the lake, then it's in the grass, then it's in the lake.
So, as the water's coming down the stream, right? So here we're going to draw the stream bank. So the water's coming down the stream, so on and so forth. it's always this depth, at the same depth that the water is in the stream below the ground. The only reason we see the stream water flowing is it's collected most at the shallowest point of the stream, because the slope of the hill keeps going down like this. And as the water flows down, it keeps digging the stream deeper and deeper. So, what I'm going to build is this out of garbage. I'm going to build a water reservoir, which is the stream. The stream here is the water reservoir for the embankment that's next to it. It feeds the water into the embankment at a slow, regulated process. And so I'm going to build a water reservoir that feeds a container that moves the water up, just like Mother Nature does. Cardboard box that I'm going to skin in fibercrete, right? And in the bottom of the box, I'm going to have a hole. It has a pipe going through it. The pipe's going to come out the other side. And connected to this pipe is going to be a piece of bicycle inner tube.
What does that mean?
Bicycle inner tube? You know the inner tube that goes in this bicycle tire? That's what I'm going to use. I'm going to cut a piece of that off. And this is going to go into the big flower pot that I've got. So it's going to connect to another pipe that goes through the bottom of the big flower pot that I've got. It's going to connect to another inner tube. It's going to connect to a pipe that has a little valve. It's connected to a float inside of a jar. It has a bunch of holes. This is a float. And the reason why I call it a float is this floats on top of the water. Okay? And I'll draw the water in here in a second. Now, the way this works is when this is closed, the float floats on top of the water, so there's this much water in this container from over here. And when this water drops down, this float drops down, which causes the valve to open and more water to come in, which pushes the float back up and closes the thing.
I wait to make a hole in the pot though.
It's already there. The number one thing that grown-ups don't have that Imagineers have, which are people that look like they're grown up but they're actually kids, is this thing called imagination. And imagination is the most powerful design tool any designer, engineer, inventor, person could ever have.
I made before it came out.
What'd you make?
I used a purse and paper, a bunch of stuff, and it made my microphone work better.
Cool. So, this here is the hole. This here's a big, huge, what's called an industrial planter. And it has all of these, what are known as drainage holes, already put into it. And so, I'm going to use one of those drainage holes to be the hole that I put the pipe through. The other ones I'm going to plug up with teeth. And then this is going to be encased in this stuff called fibercrete, so that no water will leak out.
Let's saw.
That's the whole point of these workshops, is so that people learn stuff that they've never learned before, stuff that they don't know. Well, you keep doing this, Bill, and pretty soon you'll learn how to build a farm.
Fire?
In the city.
Fish, goats, chickens, ducks.
Because all the backyards, like that area and that little strip over there, those are going to be part of the farm.
We're making a farm?
Yeah. And this technology that you're learning how to build, that'll be one of the main
It's all part of the farm.
parts of the farm.
Is this technology?
Yeah, it's called technology.
It's so fluffy.
Yeah, we're a garbage. Right now, you're learning to be a
Garbage-ineer.
garbage-ineer, which means you engineer out of garbage. You know what the important thing of being able to build out of garbage is? You can build the same stuff out of garbage out of really cool manufactured things, but in the event that there's a catastrophe or an apocalypse, like a tidal wave or a tornado, you'll be able to build stuff where other people wouldn't be able to, because you know how to build out of garbage. Now kids, I encourage you to do this without parent supervision.
Don't hear
way
that
when the
very
parents
often.
go, what are you doing? You can say, I'm being an inventor, Mom. Leave me alone. So here we are concluding another build at Perma University. Great assistance from Bella, and we're waiting for our Pizzeria pizza to show up as they're finishing putting fibercrete into the reservoir down there. This is the conclusion of the 4th workshop, but thanks to Bella for her 4 hours of assistance, and for all that have attended and come and gone and wandered through.
They will put water in there.
Oh,
A little bit dirt in here and water in there.
Dirt in there, water in here.
Right, water in there, dirt in there.
Rocks go in there first. Pizzeria is awesome.
Hello.
What do we have today?
Okay, so we've got an orange 2-liter, and then we've
go,
got a
Ella.
couple pizzas here today.
Alright! Pizzeria is awesome.
Okay, what's this?
That's probably the cheese
Oh,
one.
look at that beautiful cheese pie.
You want to see the 5-pounder?
Yeah, let's see the 5.
Pizzeria fueling sustainability education one slice at a time.
Yeah, exactly.